All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 5 a.m. room. And this morning, we are going to be discussing about the topic I have titled Stop Comparing Yourself to Others. Now, I'm going to start with a question, and the question goes like this. Have you ever looked at somebody on social media and you thought to yourself that the person is doing better than you, or you feel like you are behind life? And sometimes you even wish that your life is like their own life. That is called comparison. And let me tell you the truth, you're not alone. It happens to every individual or most individual, regardless of whatever position you have been in. One thing I got to realize this time, as I begin to grow older, is that as you begin to climb higher, you still find yourself in that place whereby you continue comparing yourself with other people in that sector. It happens like that. You're not alone. So this morning we are going to discuss about the topic I've titled "Stop Comparing Yourself to Others," and I'm going to start with the definition of comparison. What is comparison? Comparison is measuring your life against somebody else's life. Comparison is measuring your life against somebody else's life. Sometimes it can motivate us, but and most of the times, an unhealthy comparison steals our joy and our confidence. Like I said in some of my previous videos, that you are not competing with anybody in this life. You're actually competing yourself from yesterday, competing yourself from last week, competing with yourself from last year. Your only competition is yourself. How better are you from last year? How better are you from yesterday? How better are you from last month? So comparison is actually measuring your life against somebody else's life. Now let's talk about why comparing yourself is dangerous. Why comparing yourself is dangerous. Number one, everybody has a different journey. Everybody has a different journey. I know sometimes we feel like, you try to look at maybe classmates, colleagues at work, members, neighbors, and then you can start comparing yourself with them. But I want you to understand that everybody has different timeline. Everybody has different journey. Now let's imagine something. What I wrote on my system here. Imagine that one student graduate at 22 years old and another student graduate at 27 years old. Both are successful. Different timing doesn't mean failure. Life isn't a race. I just gave you an idea now. One graduate at 22, another graduate at 27, but they are both successful, which tells us that timing does not really matter in the aspect. Like different timing does not mean you're a failure. Some people can get married at 24, and another person get married at 28, and the one that got married at 28 can first give birth to a child before the one that married at 24, because people have different timing. Life is not a race. One of the things that I've seen that have destroyed many young people is comparison. A lot of people compare themselves, especially the younger folks, when they see people on social media, they see their age mates, their peers from school, something, they start comparing themselves with others. And they have forgotten that they are running their own race. Life is an individual race. Everybody have their different journey. Number two, comparing yourself is dangerous because you only see the highlight reels. Comparing yourself is dangerous because you only see the highlight reels. Now, let me tell you one thing. People don't post their failures. People don't post when they're crying. People don't post when they fail. People don't post when they go through hard stuff or hard times. They only post the success one. They only post the one that they want you to see. Now, people usually post their success, their vacation, their promotion, their achievement. They rarely post their sleepless night. That's what I mean personally. I appreciate entrepreneurs, I appreciate CEOs, I appreciate people that comes out and that they share their life experience without hiding anything. Because sometimes we get to see only the highlight of life and we think that is how it is. Are you aware that a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of CEOs have struggled in the past? Some of them have failed. Some of them have sleepless nights. Some of them, made mistakes. That was what made them become successful. When we only see the success, we begin to compare ourselves, and then we forgotten that a lot of people went through difficult times. Like I used to tell people only post things that they want you to know. Yes, people only post things that they want you to know. People go through hard times. Many people have failed. Many people, they struggle financially, mentally. Many people are depressed. But they come outside and they post this vacation, post all these beautiful things, and then you somewhere, you are getting angry, getting offended, getting jealousy, getting envious, looking down at your own self, comparing yourself to somebody's highlights. So that is number two. Now, comparison makes you forget your progress. Number three actually. Comparison makes you forget your progress. A lot of people have made progress in things. You might be watching this video right now and you have taken steps to do certain things, and you feel that you are moving slow. But because you see somebody else in that particular industry, on that particular field, doing that same thing you are doing with speed, you begin to forget your own progress and begins to compare yourself with that person. Did you know maybe that person started 10 years before you? This has made people stay stagnant. This has made people forget their progress. That is why you need to be very grateful for wherever you are. Sometimes the things that people have you not seen people that they see a beautiful car, they go there, they take pictures, they write a good caption, and they post it. Meanwhile, you yourself that has a car, maybe you have a lower car or something, or maybe a 2014 Toyota or whatever car you have. You now start comparing yourself because that person posts a 2025 car version of that car. Not knowing that person just took pictures. Comparing yourself. So comparing yourself can make you forget the progress. It can make you stop on your own life and start focusing on somebody else's progress, and start focusing on somebody else's journey. You need to learn how to celebrate your growth. Now, comparing yourself steals your confidence. The more you compare yourself, the less you appreciate yourself. Comparison or comparing yourself to others steals your confidence. The more you compare yourself, the less you appreciate yourself. Sometimes you eventually start thinking that you're not good enough. Sometimes you start thinking that you're too late. Sometimes you start thinking that you will never succeed. Those thoughts often comes based on comparison. Comparison steals your confidence. And number 5, comparison stops you from taking action. Comparison stops you from taking action. Instead of you walking, you keep struggling. You keep scrolling. You keep watching somebody else's highlights while you neglect your own and not take action. Instead of you improving, you keep worrying. Instead of you learning, you keep comparing yourself. Success comes from action and not comparison. I'm going to say that again. Success comes from action and not comparison. You need to stop comparing yourself with other people's highlights. Now, let's talk about focus on how to become better than yesterday. I want you to look at yourself and ask yourself this question. What did you learn today? In most of the videos that we are watching, I keep asking this question. I like to, ask this question. What did you learn today? Did you improve today? Or let's throw the question back to yourself. Assuming you are yourself, ask yourself this question. Because you are only comparing yourself to the version of you of yesterday, the version of you of last month, the version of you of last year. Ask yourself this question. Did I learn something new today? Did I improve? Did I become more disciplined? Did I take one step closer to my goals? You need to start asking yourself, because You are not competing with anybody. You are competing from the version of yesterday of yourself. Now, let's talk about the practical ways to stop comparing yourself. Practical ways to stop comparing yourself. Number one, spend less time on social media. Some of you will be happy 1 minute and the next minute you are sad and depressed because you came across somebody's highlight. Maybe you came across a schoolmate highlight, a colleague highlight, and you're thinking their whole life is good, going smooth, and your whole life is just going sideways. Spend less time on social media. Not everything you see on social media is real. Not everything you see on social media is real. Some of you have become depressed. Some of you give yourself anxiety because of other people's reels. I call it highlight reels because people only post what they want you to see. Spend less time on social media. Number two, celebrate other people's success. Yes, yes. This is very difficult for many people. That's why when you see a friend or you see a colleague do something great in their life or achieve a milestone, it becomes very difficult for them to even congratulate that person. It becomes very difficult for them. And even though they congratulate that person, congratulations, is not even coming from a place of heart, from their inner heart. They're just saying it so that they just mark attendance that they congratulated that person. One practical ways of stop comparing yourself is that you celebrate other people's success. The more you celebrate other people, the more people celebrate you. Someone else's success does not reduce your own chance. When you congratulate other people or celebrate other people's success, it does not reduce your own chance of becoming successful yourself. There is always enough opportunity for everybody. There's always enough opportunity for everybody. That's why I need to celebrate other people's success, which is one way of stop comparing yourself with other people. Number three, focus on your own goal. Yes, like I said before, life is an individual race. Everybody have different journey. Let me tell you something that you don't know. You might see a colleague or see a friend or see a schoolmate, and then you are comparing yourself with that person, not knowing that that person might be running their last track of life, not knowing that that person might just be living their last year on this earth. But you're comparing yourself because of what person is achieving at that moment. Life is an individual race. You need to focus on your own goal. Know where you are going. Keep focus on the lane, and be less distracted by other people's journey. Focus. You run your own race. Anytime you're trying to run a race and you're looking at somebody else's, it will slow you down. It will make you miss track. But the moment you focus and run your own race, you can also become successful yourself. And number four, you need to practice gratitude. One way of stop comparing yourself is to practice gratitude. Be grateful. Every morning that you wake up, write the things that you are thankful for. Every morning that you wake up, write the things that you are grateful for. Some of you have never, you look at yours. And are you aware that some of the things that you have right now is somebody else's prayer point? Are some of the things that you have right now are things that you once prayed for? Why can't you be grateful for those things? Every morning you wake up, write the things that you are grateful for. Gratitude can change a lot of things. We're going to talk about gratitude later on in most of our upcoming videos. And number five, keep improving daily. Yes, keep improving daily. Read, learn, exercise, pray, build skills, and do many other things. Small improvement every day creates big results over time. Let me say that again. Small improvement every single day creates big results over time. One of the ways to stop comparing yourself with others is to keep improving every day. I'll keep repeating this, that life is an individual journey. It's an individual race. You're not competing with anybody. You are competing with the version of yourself from yesterday. You're competing with the version of yourself from last week. You're competing with the version of yourself from last month. Life is an individual race. Now, I'm going to give you some key take away, things that you can go back and then ask yourself these questions. No, I'm just going to give you key takeaways so that you can just go back. And all right, number one, always remember that you should stay focused on your own journey. Stay focused on your own journey. Number two, your growth is unique. Yes, always remember your own growth is unique. Your own growth is unique. Your own growth is unique. Number three, keep showing up every single day. Some of you keep comparing yourself that you have forgotten to show up every single day for yourself. You just lie down on the bed all through the day, scrolling Instagram, scrolling TikTok, watching other people's highlights, and keep drowning in depression and anxiety because of somebody else's highlight. You need to keep showing up every day and keep improving, and then your time will come. I will end with a quote which I says, "Comparison steals joy, but progress builds confidence." I'll say it one more time. Comparison steals joy, but progress builds confidence. All right, thank you so much for joining us this morning for our 5 a.m. room. Do wait to subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video, drop your questions. If you have any questions, drop your questions. I'll be glad to respond to it, and I would like to talk about it. And then we will keep, improving ourselves every single day. Thank you so much, and God bless you.